So if you've been on Twitter over the last few days, you will see that there has been a new trend on Twitter that has caused a lot of controversy, and that is the Studio Ghibli trend, because ChatGPT has recently been updated where their image generation system is now a lot more complex than what it used to be, and it's able to put certain images into certain styles. So you can upload an image and say, put this into this style. And what people have been doing is putting it into the Studio Ghibli style, which if you don't know what the Studio Ghibli is, it's one of the most famous anime productions like ever. Like, it has some of the most historic anime movies of all time. And even not just in the animation realm, but I'd argue that some of the movies that have come out of Studio Ghibli are some of the greatest movies that someone can ever watch. And this has caused a lot of controversy for many, many reasons. As on surface level, this just looks like a little bit of a trend where people are taking these images and they're using AI art and they're kind of having fun with it, and they're going, man, look at what AI can do. And it really is amazing on surface level to be like, damn, the results that AI can do in such a short period of time, where I can upload this onto an AI system and I can say, hey, make this in this style for me. And it does it so quickly to such great extent and to such great detail. And to look at where AI has come from even just 2 years ago to now, like, I've seen AI art from 2 years ago because I've been keeping track of it. I mean, I use ChatGPT myself, and I've seen it develop over the last couple of years. And the way that it has developed is extremely incredible at the pace that it's developing. But there has been a lot of concerns on Twitter about this. And I show in my videos, I do show like a lot of examples and kind of stuff like that, and I do go off articles and all that stuff. But me, I feel I'm going to use this more of a video as more of a discussion point, because I definitely do have a lot to say when it comes to this, and I definitely see both points of this argument as someone who is in that type of industry as well. Me, I am currently studying game development. I'm in my first year, and I actually had to recently write an ethics essay. It was one of my first essays that I had to write for this year about the pros and cons of AI art within the gaming industry. And I made arguments for both sides, but then I also talked about how I feel like no matter what going forward, AI is here to stay. I hope that there is legislations that will be put in place in order to like make sure that AI doesn't take over. But that being said, is that I feel like there's going to be a lot of companies now, and I see a lot of people saying that like AI is slop, AI is bad, how dare people use AI? And when it comes to artists, yes, 100% they have every right to feel that way, but at the end of the day, their opinions don't really matter. And me, myself, as a game developer, I have to see that as well, that at the end of the day, my feelings of if my job gets taken by an AI doesn't really matter. Because all that matters is if the customer is satisfied with this. And from what I've seen a lot on the internet when it comes to people sharing this art, they are essentially the customers, and they are happy with this trend. I mean, I have seen more people sharing and posting photos about this trend than I have seen people complaining about it. Because at the end of the day, these people don't really care about how they got this result. All they care about is the result good enough? And that's what's going to happen with AI art going forward, whether we like it or not. And especially as an artist perspective, I see a lot of artists on Twitter who are really pissed off at this and full on having a go at people. I mean, I see it as a point of you to be annoyed by it and you to be angry at the fact that this AI system is going to take your job essentially, but you can't be mad at the customer. I mean, all the customer cares about is the end result. And if the end result is better than what you can produce or is quicker than what you can produce, because to be honest, I still feel like at this point in time, AI still needs a little bit, especially when it comes to the art department, it definitely still needs a little bit more tweaking until the point where it's just like, damn, it is 100% better than anything anyone could draw. Because to me, I still feel like when it comes to human art, it still feels that has that human feel to it. And AI still has that at times uncanny valley to it. I mean, this Studio Ghibli style is definitely like one of the times where I've looked at it, I've gone like, damn, it doesn't really have that uncanny feeling as a lot of, AI art usually does. But at the same time, you know, even though it's taking photos and it's making it into that style, it's not a lot of the times 100% copying and pasting it. But I have seen some examples where it's like been extremely detailed in the way that it's been able to copy and paste it. But the thing with AI art, the reason why it will tend to, you know, take over at some point, which it seems like it's leaning towards that way, is mainly because of the speed and cost of things. Is that whatever it takes for someone to draw something or to create something, or say with me as a game developer, I am going into more of the game design realm of things, where I am definitely one, I like coming up with game concepts and world building and writing and all that kind of stuff. Now, for as long as it takes me to think of something, I can plug into AI and say, give me an idea for a video game in this genre, in this setting, and it will outline a whole load of lore for me in like 3 seconds. And then if I ask it to expand on that, it will do that for me. And the exact same goes for AI art, where like I can say, hey, I want this image, give it to me. And in 30 seconds, you have that image, to which it will take someone, you know, hours for them, or if not days, for them to draw it. And then it also costs a lot more money with AI. All you have to do is pay a subscription and boom, anyone can access to it. Those are definitely the reasons why AI is going to take over. But at the same time, I mean, me, like I said, as a game developer, yeah, it is very scary to me. And I definitely hope that there is some legislations going forward. And this isn't some legislations to completely get rid of AI altogether, because I feel like no matter what we want, what humans want, it doesn't fucking, like, our feelings at the end of the day, they don't really matter. All that matters is the results. And I feel like the AI is never going to completely go away, but I do feel like if we put some things in line, at least where it can be that AI and human art can kind of work together, because I like to use AI myself, especially when it comes to, you know, uni work or anything in my personal life, not to completely write things for me, but say if I'm stuck on an idea and I'm like, I need to expand on this idea, I will use ChatGPT to help me expand on that. Say if I need a reference because I want to start drawing something for a game, or I need to get the feel of it, I plug into AI, hey, what would this look like? Like I came up with, for my GDD, is what I did for my portfolio, where I did something about the 7 deadly sins, and I needed like a perspective of what the 7 deadly sins would look like and what some fallen angels would look like as playable characters. So I plugged that into ChatGPT and said, generate some photos for me of what this would look like in this kind of style, so that I get a reference for myself of when I'm writing or when I go ahead to draw something of myself. So I definitely feel like no matter what, I see a lot of people complaining about this. And like I said, I feel like you have every right to be a little bit annoyed, but at the same time, you can't take it out on customers. You can't take it out on people enjoying this, because no matter what, you have to admit that your feelings don't really matter. My feelings don't matter. All that matters is if the customer's satisfied or not. And by the way that this trend has seemed to go, is that people are satisfied with the results that they're getting from this Studio Ghibli trend. And then I've even seen that there's been this clip that's been going around of Miyazaki, who is the person who founded Studio Ghibli back in, I think it was 2016, where he had his opinions on AI art, and he said that he wishes to never incorporate that technology in his work. Is that was like 9 years ago, supposedly. I don't know when this clip exactly came out. I think it was 2016. But the thing is that, like, he's the older generation, right? And even we are. Is that in time to come, there's going to be kids who are going to be growing up where anything that they get, or majority of things that they intake, is going to be AI art, whether we like it or not. And the thing is that we have to adapt to this, because if you just complain and say get rid of it completely, in saying, hey, AI art is great, but maybe there's a workaround of where we can incorporate and live in a world together with AI, because there is no way in possibility that it is going to go away. You have to accept that. We have to accept that. And even me going into the industry that I want to go into, which is already being slightly taken over by AI, is that I have already come to acceptance with the fact that I might lose my job in the future, or that I might have to work alongside with AI. And you know what? I'm content with that, because to be honest, at the end of the day, there's nothing that I can do about it, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we either have to live with it and work with it, or get left behind. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. Do you completely hate AI? Do you like AI? Do you prefer like AI over human art? Do you think that human art should stay and AI should get rid of altogether? Or are you like me where you think that AI is inevitable and that we have to find a way to work with it or we'll get left behind? But that's going to be it from me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.